March 2013. Lululemon customers discover their $100 leggings have become transparent. The company pulls 17% of its inventory overnight, roughly $67 million worth of pants, straight in the trash. When the founder delivers a masterclass in crisis management by suggesting the problem was women's bodies, not his $100 pants. As you might have guessed, this did not calm the situation. The CEO resigned. The founder got forced out by his own board. Then came a $500 million bet on fitness hardware that collapsed into a $443 million write-down. It's a hell of a story. So if you've ever wondered how billion-dollar companies destroy themselves with silly mistakes, hit that like button and subscribe to Money Legends. Chip Wilson wasn't looking to disrupt anything when he walked into his first yoga class in 1998. The surfer-turned-entrepreneur who'd already sold his snowboarding brand was just another middle-aged guy stretching in Vancouver's Kitsilano neighborhood, when he noticed something the entire sportswear industry had somehow missed. Women wore cotton t-shirts and dance tights to yoga class, fabric that didn't breathe, seams that chafed during poses, athletic wear designed for everything except athletics. He spent months obsessing over technical fabrics with a local mill. The result was Luon, four-way stretch that moved like skin, moisture-wicking properties that actually worked, fabric that cost 3 times more than cotton but performed like nothing else on the market. November 2000, he opens the first standalone Lululemon store in Kitsilano. More than a store, a community hub with free yoga classes and educators instead of salespeople. Customers discussed chakras while trying on $1,000 leggings. The pricing strategy was beautifully absurd. Premium prices for yoga pants when most people just bought them at Target. He charged luxury prices for stretchy pants, and completely shockingly, customers lined up to pay them. But his actual masterstroke was even simpler. What he called the Ambassador Program gave local yoga instructors free product in exchange for wearing Lululemon during classes. Their students saw the brand on bodies they admired. So yeah, Chip Wilson convinced yoga teachers to advertise $100 pants for free. As business models go, this is pretty brilliant. The community became the marketing engine. Customers didn't just buy leggings, they joined a movement. Store events brought together people who shared values about wellness. Shopping became social connection. Gross margins hit 55%, while competitors struggled to reach 40%. Customers evangelized the brand without being paid. Store locations built loyalty that no advertising campaign could match. July 27, 2007, Lululemon goes public on NASDAQ and the Toronto Stock Exchange simultaneously. Investors who'd never seen anything like it handed over roughly $328 million for a company with 41 stores selling expensive yoga pants. As business valuations go, this was pretty impressive for stretchy fabric. One thing that impressed investors was the margins. Department stores typically earned 40 to 50% gross margins on clothing. Lululemon was consistently hitting 55 to 60%. That might not sound like a massive difference, but when every pair of leggings costs $100, they pocketed $60 on pants that customers couldn't stop buying. Revenue exploded from $40.7 million in 2005 to $711.7 million by 2012. Same-store sales growth consistently crushed competitors. Customers were paying premium prices with repeated purchases. The secret weapon was a single fabric innovation called Luon. Luon was a proprietary blend of nylon and lycra that Wilson's team had perfected over the years. The fabric stretched in 4 directions without losing shape. It wicked moisture while maintaining opacity. Most importantly, it felt like a second skin during yoga poses. By 2013, roughly 85% of Lululemon's women's bottoms contained Luon fabric. The black Luon pants alone represented their highest volume product. Store associates could identify regular customers by their Luon preferences. Size 4 in Blunder under size 6 in Groove pants. Customers developed emotional attachments to specific Luon styles that honestly bordered on obsessive. Women owned multiple pairs in identical colors. They traveled to different cities specifically to find discontinued Luon cuts. Some customers admitted to buying backup pairs of their favorite styles. People were hoarding $100 yoga pants like they were limited edition sneakers. Store expansion accelerated dramatically after the IPO, from 41 locations in 2007 to 201 stores by 2013. Each new location generated massive foot traffic on opening day, with customers lining up for hours. But rapid growth created invisible pressure on supply chains that had never been tested at this scale. Quality control systems designed for dozens of stores now monitored hundreds of locations across multiple countries. Turns out making millions of perfect yoga pants is slightly harder than making thousands. March 2013. Women trying on black Luon bottoms in stores discovered their $100 workout wear revealed everything underneath. Customers started posting pictures across social media. The premium leggings that built a cult brand had become completely transparent. What started as isolated complaints exploded into a viral disaster when shoppers began sharing photos online, proving that yes, these $100 pants were indeed see-through. Not exactly ideal when doing downward dog. This wasn't just embarrassing for customers, it was embarrassing for Lululemon too. This was a product failure that attacked the core promise they'd made to their community. The company had built its entire reputation on technical excellence. Premium fabrics that perform better than anything else on the market. Customers paid luxury prices because they trusted the quality would justify the cost. Lululemon's response revealed the magnitude of the crisis. The company immediately pulled all black Luon yoga bottoms from stores worldwide. Roughly 17% of all women's pants inventory, that's about $67 million worth of see-through leggings, disappeared overnight. The stock price plummeted as investors realized how much revenue depended on a single fabric that had apparently forgotten how to be opaque. But the real damage was happening in stores across North America. Customers who had lined up for years to buy Lululemon products now lined up to return them. Social media filled with photos of angry women. The brand that had created community became a punchline. Store employees faced angry customers demanding explanations. How could a company charging $100 for leggings deliver fabric this defective? Why hadn't quality control caught this before the pants reached stores? The root cause traced back to the exact vulnerability that rapid growth had created. Scaling manufacturing so fast meant new suppliers, new quality standards, and new failure points that nobody had anticipated. What started as a technical fabric problem had become a cultural catastrophe. Customers felt betrayed by a brand they had trusted with their most personal purchases. Fortunately, the founders' response to this crisis would make the see-through pants look like a minor inconvenience. Chip Wilson appeared on Bloomberg television in November 2013 to address the sheer pants crisis. What happened next should be taught in business schools as a masterclass in exactly what not to do. Some women's bodies just don't actually work for our pants, he told the interviewer with the confidence of a man who had somehow forgotten his entire customer base was women. Social media erupted with rage from customers who had been loyal evangelists for over a decade. Women's fitness communities organized boycotts. Yoga instructors removed Lululemon gear from their studios. But Chip wasn't finished yet. He doubled down during the same interview, suggested that fabric piling was caused by women rubbing their thighs together, implied that customer complaints came from people who didn't understand how premium athletic wear should be used. When your $100 yoga pants become see-through, the obvious solution is to blame women's thighs. This is totally normal crisis management. Each statement made the disaster exponentially worse. A product recall that might have been forgotten became a cultural moment about body shaming and corporate arrogance. CEO Christine Day, already planning her departure, accelerated her timeline. The company announced her resignation just weeks after the Bloomberg interview. Board members received thousands of irate emails from shareholders demanding Wilson's removal. The brand community Chip had spent years building turned against him completely. Customers who had tattooed the company logo on their bodies posted videos burning Lululemon clothing. Store employees reported harassment from angry shoppers who felt personally attacked by their founder's comments. December 10, 2013. The board forced Wilson to step down as chairman. The man who created the cult brand had become toxic to it. Stock price plummeted 11% in the days following his resignation announcement. Analysts estimated the founder's comments cost more in brand damage than the original product recall. Wilson's comments about women's bodies had accomplished what competitors couldn't in 15 years of trying. He single-handedly destroyed the authentic community connection that made Lululemon worth billions. Wilson's exit left a leadership void that demanded bold moves. And boy, did Lululemon's new leadership deliver bold moves. June 2020, Lululemon announces the acquisition of Mirror for $500 million. A huge deal, executed at peak pandemic when everyone was stuck at home doing Zoom workouts in their living rooms. The acquisition logic seemed bulletproof at the time. Mirror had built something remarkable, a sleek home fitness device that turned any wall into a personal training studio. Live classes with real instructors, a subscription model generating recurring revenue, everything Lululemon needed to reach customers at home. Lululemon sold premium workout clothes. Mirror sold premium workout experiences. Customers who spent $100 on leggings would surely pay $39 monthly for guided fitness classes, right? Well, as it turns out, not quite. Integration challenges emerged straight out the gate. Mirror customers wanted sleek home gym aesthetics. Lululemon customers wanted community yoga experiences. The Mirror device worked perfectly for high-intensity workouts, but yoga required floor work that the vertical screen couldn't accommodate effectively. More problematic was the customer overlap assumption. Mirror's typical buyer was an affluent professional seeking convenient cardio workouts. Lululemon's core customer valued mindful movement and community connection. The Venn diagram showed far less overlap than projected. Retail distribution became a nightmare. Lululemon stores weren't designed for large hardware displays. The Mirror installation required technical expertise that yoga-focused store associates couldn't possess. Customer service calls skyrocketed as hardware issues multiplied. Subscription conversion rates fell dramatically short of projections. Customers who spent premium prices on workout clothes balked at ongoing monthly fees for fitness content. The recurring revenue model that looked inevitable on paper proved elusive in practice. By 2022, Mirror's hardware sales had collapsed. The at-home fitness boom that justified the acquisition had ended as gyms reopened. Lululemon quietly shifted Mirror toward a digital-first strategy, essentially abandoning the expensive hardware that defined the original product. Fiscal Q4 ended January 29, 2023, and investors were about to learn just how badly the Mirror bet had failed. Lululemon announced approximately $443 million in impairment charges tied directly to Mirror. Goodwill write-downs, long-lived asset impairments, hardware inventory provisions that acknowledge the true reality of the situation. For context, that's nearly the entire amount they paid for Mirror in the first place. So basically, Lululemon essentially paid $500 million to learn a $443 million lesson about the connected fitness market. It was a spectacular miscalculation. Mirror hardware sales had missed every meaningful projection. Customers who loved expensive leggings weren't converting to monthly fitness subscriptions at anywhere near expected rates. But the failure ran deeper than missed sales targets. Lululemon had fundamentally misread the connected fitness market during its pandemic peak. Peloton's success created an illusion that home fitness hardware was unstoppable. Reality proved much harsher when people could actually leave their homes again. Customers who bought Mirror discovered that the sleek Mirror took up wall space in homes already cramped from pandemic living. Monthly subscription fees added up to hundreds of dollars annually. Technical glitches interrupted workouts. Most damaging of all, the Mirror experience didn't replicate the community connection that made Lululemon stores special. Working out alone in front of a screen felt isolating compared to in-person yoga classes. As a clear sign of a very healthy business model, by 2023, Lululemon had essentially abandoned the hardware strategy. The company pivoted Mirror toward a digital-first approach, reducing emphasis on the physical mirrors that had justified the original acquisition price. The $443 million write-down represented the failure of Lululemon's attempt to diversify beyond what it did best, a growth-by-acquisition strategy that ignored fundamental differences between clothing retail and technology hardware. Wall Street analysts called it one of retail's most expensive strategic mistakes, a $500 million reminder that loyal customers don't automatically follow brands into adjacent markets that never asked to enter. The Mirror collapse taught business leaders the most expensive lesson they keep refusing to learn. Building cult brands requires obsessive discipline, not visionary ambition. Lululemon succeeded because Wilson focused relentlessly on perfecting one thing: premium yoga pants for a specific community. The moment leadership chased adjacencies, the magic disappeared. Every business disaster follows the same pattern. Success creates confidence. Confidence breeds overreach. Overreach destroys the fundamentals that created success originally. Yet Lululemon has survived all three catastrophes. Revenue reached $10.6 billion in 2024. The brand recovered because customers never stopped needing premium athletic wear from companies they trusted. Discipline beats hype every single time. What's your take on Lululemon's journey? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you love stories about business empires rising and falling, smash that like and subscribe button. Do you think this story was wild? The business catastrophe we are covering next makes Lululemon's mistakes look like genius strategy. Click here to watch it now. We think you'll love it.